Well, hello, and thanks everybody for joining in again to another WKS Zoom podcast interview. This time I'm with Ben Nicholls. How are you doing?
Hiya, yeah, I'm good, thank you. Yeah, it's nice to thank you for having me on. I'm really looking forward to this.
No problem, no problem. Do you want to sort of start just by explaining sort of where you're from, maybe how you got into music?
Yeah, so I'm from Boscastle in North Cornwall. I've lived here all my life, and I'm a singer-songwriter and a musician. I have been probably for maybe just under 10 years now. I started getting into this when I was probably about 14 years old,
Right.
and I'm a singer. I play guitar and bass and piano, and I've been writing songs for most of that period of time as well. Um, yeah, I really enjoy it, and it's something I really like doing. Uh, yes,
So do you have you always been solo, or have you been part of bands or?
yeah. I mean, most of it when I first started getting into this, I was we had like a little band in secondary school, and we sort of did like the Christmas concerts, the summer concerts, that you'd have at the end of term and things like that. We'd always be playing and and be a part of those as well.
Right.
Um, and then I'd have to be in bands for college as well for certain assignments and stuff. But the majority of it, I would probably say in the last 3 or 4 years, I've done a lot more solo work.
Right.
Um, which I do enjoy. Being a soloist does have its advantages, but also its disadvantages. But more recently, because I'm in university as well, I'm in my third year at university in Bristol studying music, and I've been recording and writing with some friends of mine and we have like a little group together, and
Yeah.
we've got some songs coming on with that as well. So that's another little project that I'm looking forward to getting out soon as well. So.
Brilliant. So, what's your music writing process then? How's it start for you?
Yeah, this is the question. This is the question that everybody wants to know.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, as cliche as it probably sounds, that I don't really have one. I don't have one specific method. Some people will say lyrics first, or someone will say music first, or it's an idea. But with me, uh, specifically, it's it might be one thing first. It might be something else first. So some of my songs I've written the music for first, and some of them are just an
right.
idea. But some of my songs, I remember a couple of years ago, I wrote a song. I was in bed trying to go to sleep, and my brain just, one of those nights my brain wasn't shutting off, and all of a sudden I had like a song lyric, and I just went on my phone and I just typed the first lyric down, and within 20 minutes I was still up, and I'd written the whole
Wow.
song
Wow.
of all the lyrics in 20 minutes, and then the next day I've just magically put music to it like that, and it's one of my favorite songs that I've ever written. So the
Okay.
whole process is always different with me. I never sort of sit down and sort of force myself to get a song
Right.
out. Not really. I mean, a lot of
Right.
it just naturally. Um, but yeah,
Okay.
I mean, there was one instance I did write a song for a university assessment, and we kind of, it was my week to present a song that I'd written. It was the night before actually, and I hadn't written the song at all. I had nothing, and that song, and I ended up writing a song in that evening, finished, and that was probably one of my favorite songs I've ever written as well. So
Okay.
it depends really. Sometimes it will
Right.
depend. Yeah, it can be under pressure or not under pressure. It
Yeah.
comes and
Yeah.
goes.
I mean, some of the artists I've spoken to, some of them say you like to say they get an inspiration of something from somewhere. But some say, yeah, they struggle. They want to write. They
Mhm.
might have a couple of lines or something, but then it can take them ages, and they
Yeah,
keep coming back to it.
yeah.
But interestingly enough, like you say, the songs that you like are the ones that literally they're there and you've done it really quickly.
Mhm.
So many artists have said the same about, when they've written a song fast and done, they prefer it.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I have different kind of. I mean, like I say, that one song I wrote in 20 minutes. That's a really good song. But then I'm still on and off writing. I've been on and off writing a song since February 2018,
mm,
and like some songs just come like that, and some songs
yeah,
take. Well, this one's taken me nearly 4 years to write, and it's still
yeah,
not finished. It's
fair
just,
play,
it
fair
happens, just
play.
happens.
So how, with songwriting, how's the lockdown affect you then?
To be honest, it's not been too bad. I mean, lockdown came, so I had to come back to Cornwall for it, and lessons were all still online. But I found, like a lot of musicians, I'd imagine, I had a lot more time to myself, and with that time, I just wrote songs, or I came on my laptop and I'd go on Logic and I'd start writing a song, like recording a song or a little demo or something like that. So over lockdown, I wrote a lot of stuff.
Right.
So yeah, like I said, I had a lot more time, so it was a good thing for me in some respect.
So you're a bit more productive in a sense. Is that the
Yeah, definitely.
right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Okay, brilliant. Throwaway question now, daft question. Do you sing in the shower?
Oh, always, every time, all the
Brilliant.
time. Hard not to.
Well, excellent. Okay. Um, so what do you think you'd be doing now if it wasn't for your choice of music career? What would you be doing?
I mean, well, I don't know. I probably would be a sports person, because before I got into music, I was very sporty. I was mostly a cross country runner.
Okay.
I ran for my schools at the time, and I enjoyed it. I got I did quite well. I get medals and certificates and all this, and I ran
Okay.
into a couple of places. I ran all over the place, really.
Mm, mm,
So I'd probably be something sporty, because whether if it was running or football
okay.
or cricket, I did all those sort of things before I heavily got involved with music.
Brilliant. So have you got any sort of EPs or CDs out or music
Uh,
somewhere?
yeah, I need to get on with this. Like, I just haven't. I mean, as I was saying, I have done like some demos and some rough stuff, but nothing like sort of to a mastered level that I've got out or anything. I
Right.
have I have been busy recording demos and stuff, and I'm looking to go in the studio, hopefully soon, the next couple months, all being well with
Mm,
lockdown rules and all this sort of stuff. But nothing is out yet. But I
right.
must add yet in that, because hopefully I will.
Okay. You have got a couple of things on YouTube though, haven't you?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
I've got lots of stuff on YouTube.
Well, do you want to give me sort of two videos I can search out?
Yeah, um, I could probably. So the first one would probably be. It's called "We Stood Tall." It's an original song of mine. It's called "We Stood Tall." I wrote it very quickly after my second year of uni ended. I just thought, oh, I'll just write a start. I'll write a song. Or just an idea came, and I wrote the song
mm,
very quickly. And that day, I thought, oh, I might just as well record it. And I recorded it and uploaded it to YouTube. So
okay.
that's one of the songs. Um, and then another song is called "Birds of Spain."
Okay.
That's another song I wrote, probably about February last year, just before lockdown hit us. And yeah, that's on YouTube as well. It's got a bit more of a full band arrangement of me playing guitar and bass and singing. So
Okay. Yeah. Oh, great. Well, I'll search them out and put them on in the tracks from the interview section.
something.
Yeah. Now, so do you prefer to work solo then, or do you like collaborating?
I love collaborating. I think it's a great way to sort of meet other people and get involved with lots of other projects and stuff.
Yeah.
But I do like having my time like by myself to write and stuff. But I do really like collaborating. As I say, I'm always encouraging, like myself. I'm always trying to encourage myself to meet new people, especially at being at university. Like, there are so many people doing similar sort of things that I'm doing. So I'm always trying to I put like posts out to people saying, um, looking to collaborate, and is anybody keen? This is my sort of
Okay.
sound. Would love to get involved with some projects. No matter, because we also have the beauty of social media. You see, so we have
Yeah.
like sort of, groups for like all of our different universities, and like, oh, I'm studying in Bristol at this university. Does anybody want to hop on this project? And you
That's
sort of
brilliant.
making connections straight
Yeah.
away. Really, really good. It's really useful.
I mean, that's the thing that amazes me. you know, imagine lockdown happening before the internet. I mean,
exactly.
That we would have been so, I don't know how people would have coped at all, really.
I don't know what people would have been able to do.
No.
Everyone relies on social media so much nowadays.
Yeah.
Just this whole other thing that just, it becomes one of the first things that most people do in the mornings.
Yeah. No,
I
agree.
They go on social media, check their social medias, or read emails, something like that.
Yeah. So who are you listening to at the moment then, mostly?
At the moment, mostly, I mean, just I sort of like to go on Spotify a lot, and I just sort of put on daily mix, like, of recommended tunes that Spotify just randomizes, puts similar sort of stuff that you're listening to into playlists. So I'm always looking out to listen to new music. But recently I've probably been listening to, well, let me think of some examples. There's a band called Half Moon Run, which I really like. They're sort of folk rock, indie folk kind of music, like lots of harmonies and electric guitars and just lots of. I really like them. Okay. And then one of my favorite bands of all time, the Eagles.
Lovely band.
I love them. I could talk to you about them all day if I wanted. Yeah. I've watched a documentary of theirs more times than I can count. Like, wow. I've listened to them probably every day. Even if it's just a song every day, I probably listen to them a lot.
Superb.
I also listen to a lot of modern artists as well. Obviously, you've got your like Ed Sheerans and all that sort of stuff. And then, I mean, I listen to as much as lots of different stuff as possible.
Yeah, no, that's it. I agree. I mean, it's, to have an eclectic mix and taste is so much better than having your one-line focus. Don't listen to anything else other than that.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
No, then it doesn't really give you a chance to sort of grow as a listener or as a musician if you just sort of set yourself just on one niche genre, perhaps.
Yes, and miss out on so many good things. So,
exactly.
Yeah. So what's next for Ben then? What's
next for Ben? I mean, I have lots of plans. I have been sort of planning a lot of stuff, especially since lockdown as well. As I say again, I've been recording demos to sort of make them sort of mastered quality, and at some stage. But I have been in talks with a studio in Bridgewater in North Somerset. I contacted him the other day and he's responded, and we're going to have a chat soon about perhaps going in the studio sometime in 2021, probably January, February time, all being well, like I said, given lockdown, COVID. So I'm making it my New Year's resolution to release at least one song, which would be my debut song. So hopefully that will happen. I'm just gonna keep making my social media presence better as well. Like keep letting people know what I'm doing. I'm gonna keep them informed all the time, and upload some more YouTube videos as well. Just keep it going.
So given the opportunity, I don't know, by mid-end, of this year coming, live performances, or
what do I think they'll happen?
Or is that something you would push for?
Oh, it's definitely. I mean,
right.
We'll definitely push to do them and be a part of them. Definitely. Whether they'll happen or not, I mean, I don't know. That's another question. Because we have this whole news of the vaccine and all this stuff, which is looking promising. But at the same time, with things like festivals like Glastonbury and Boardmasters down in Cornwall, I mean, it's a tricky one.
It's hard to think that they will go ahead next year. Do you know what I mean? There doesn't seem to be any sort of clear water between when the possibility of having the vaccination and the government going, it's okay, to have festivals. It doesn't seem any clear water yet. So
no, I mean, it'd be so great though to perform at a festival. Like I remember 6 years ago now, because I'm also a member of a sea shanty group called the Boscastle Boys.
Right.
Yeah, so we sang there at Boardmasters in 2014, and we did a slot on the main stage and a slot on the keg and pasty stage, and it was so much fun. It just made me think, oh, I'd love to be up here like doing my own stuff as well, just sort of performing on a stage to a crowd. It's just a great feeling. So, well, fingers crossed, anyways, that we get live music and festivals back up and running.
Superb. Right, we're sort of coming up towards the end of the interview, and I always ask the same question of everybody, and whether you've listened to any of the others, but the question is there anybody you'd like to thank for you being here musically now?
People that I'd like to thank for being here musically. I'd probably say the first one is probably my dad, because he's also a member of the Boscastle Boys, and he's helped sort of me musically, like directed me musically with a lot of the stuff that I come to love and come to like playing. And he comes to all my gigs as well. He's the sound engineer on my gigs, so he's supported me a lot with that. So probably he's the number one that I'd like to thank. But then other people, just the rest of my family, and I guess some of my teachers at university as well, who have really encouraged me over the last like year or two since I've been there, who have heard my music and they say, you should release this stuff, so them as well. And just everybody as well, just like everybody that's ever heard any of my music or come to any of my gigs, or just said to me after a gig or something, oh, that was really good. Just anybody and everybody that's ever heard something, really.
Fantastic. Ben, look, thanks for giving me the time and the interview. Superb. And good luck for next year and your plans and everything.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me on.
All right, no worries. And have a nice Christmas.
And you, thank you.
All right, speak to you soon.
Thank you.